Right, Janai. It seemed like the team was bringing it the physicality both offensively and defensively there in the early going. Was that something that was talked about after Sunday's game?
Yeah, we talked about it a lot. Practice has been really physical, and our team has never gave points up easy. I definitely think there are times we could be a lot more physical, especially on me. I need to make sure I'm boxing out every single time. But I really think our practice has been a lot more physical this last week, and I really think it's translated well on the court. It's just I have to do that every single time, and that's especially on me.
And how challenging was it going up against Curry Jelks down there in the post tonight?
We definitely haven't played a post that versatile yet this season, but it was amazing. Leading into conference play, we really needed something like that. That really helps Walker and I get a different type of feel other than just the physical post. She was very shifty, but again, we have to adjust, and she was a great player, but we just need to be able to play against her, and we really needed that before we go into conference.
Yeah, and Cassidy, 5 of 8 from the field. Just with shot selection, what made you feel confident with that tonight?
You know, a lot of my confidence comes from my teammates just believing in me and holding me accountable to take those shots that are open. I think at the start of the season, I didn't play last year, so I kind of took a back seat and kind of expected other people to step up, and I kind of realized that I need to step up, and my teammates have really helped me be able to do that. So I give credit to them, I give credit to my coaches, and that's basically it.
And how did you feel like the flow might have been better offensively tonight compared to the past few games?
I think we've had a pretty good pace. I feel like some games we kind of slowed down a little bit, and then we kind of let the shot clock run down where then we have to force something up. And I felt like we had pretty good movement around the ball, and we got it inside and out pretty well. So I thought we just had a lot of good movement, got the defense off pace, and were able to get better shots.
And Janaya, just with getting more into situational basketball, with it being a close game, just how did that feel for the team in tonight's game?
Again, like we needed that going into conference play. Sucks we couldn't pull it out, but we were able to find clutch shooters. Morgan Hansen with that last three, Cassidy with that pass, reading the defense. Obviously, that wasn't what we were trying to run, but we had great reads towards the end, and we were able to play some of our end of the game situations, which we haven't been able to really do yet. But I just want to say that Cassidy, Carson, Morgan Hansen, Nicole are really stepping up for us, really becoming aggressive, and I'm really excited for them to see what else they're going to do. Like, I put all the confidence in them, and I'm excited that they're doing that.
Yep, and Cassidy, the bench outscored UT Martin's bench 21-2 tonight. Just how much confidence does that give you and other players in that role going into conference play?
I think that gives us a lot of confidence. To have a deep bench and have people who can step up any given night, I think is huge. I think, yes, our starters are amazing and they step up for us every single day, but to have people on the bench who can see that maybe one of the starters isn't having a good night and step into that role is huge for us and will be huge during conference.
Perfect.
Well, I was, pretty satisfied with the way we played in the first and second quarters. I feel like they were sitting in the zone, and we had to find a way to attack that, and I actually thought we got really good looks again in the first half, but also pretty much throughout the game. We didn't really connect so much in the first half, and then started to hit some finally late in the fourth quarter. But for us, the goal has really just been to continue to get better and to put 4 quarters together, and it's just here we are now into the third quarter, just came out flat, and just want to continue to see us compete hard all the time and be the toughest team on the floor, and that will continue to be a goal for us as it didn't go our way tonight.
And then just in that third quarter, despite getting outscored there, did you like the way the team was competing and fought back there in the fourth?
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of been a positive thing for us that we've shown is despite how young we are and how inexperienced we are, for some reason when we get in these holes, we keep digging and clawing our way back out, and that's a really positive thing. But for some reason, it's taking for us to get into a hole in order to compete at a high level. And so didn't shoot the ball well in that third quarter and just let, their best shooter and mainly their post player just really get way too many looks. But then in the fourth, competed, came back and hit shots. And And that's been a positive for us.
How did you like the physicality there in the first and second quarter coming out, playing maybe a bit more physical on defense?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I thought, to hold, that team to 27 points and really for us to be in control, there really wasn't anything super alarming that we were, probably besides letting one of their best shooters get too many threes. That was really the main concern at halftime. She had 4 threes already, and that has to be something that we not only know better, but execute much better and knowing our scouting report. So there were only 2 kids for them that had scored mainly at halftime. They had 12 each, and so I was pretty happy with just our awareness for the most part and just the way we were competing. And for us to be able to get stops meant we could run out and transition, and they were going to match up in man, and it's really good options for us then offensively.
And then just the way your team responded when they pressed early there. Did you like how the offense was ticking there in the first half?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I thought we moved the ball better against the press today. We really took care of the ball much better in the full court, and then we broke it and got some early looks at the rim, and then again just gave us that tempo to keep moving and to get good offense. So we handled that well.
Yep, and you don't want players fouling out, obviously, but just being more physical and aggressive on defense. Is it okay, like, in your mind, do you think, hey, it's okay for us to maybe take a few more fouls as long as we are, like, causing problems for them?
It's not really something that we talk about and say that we want to, draw fouls on purpose, but it's just the way that we practice is being physical and jumping to the ball and just really bumping cutters, and I felt like there was a lot of that type of action today, getting more active fronting the post, and that's the physicality piece is good for us too, and that, I think exposed us maybe once or twice on the backside, but more than anything, I think just gives us better activity level for our defense.
And then how encouraging is it that your bench was able to outscore theirs 21-2 in the game today?
Yeah, again, I think that's a bright spot. It was good to see Nicole taking more shots today. It was good to see Morgan connect on a couple of threes. We just, and I thought, again, Cassidy Carson, another great game. So she's looking more confident out there and handling the ball and looking to score. So, Walker was somebody we couldn't really get enough touches to today, sitting back in the zone. It's hard to see her, hard to find her for us. So that's somebody we have to get more involved because she's better than getting one shot attempt, but she was in foul trouble too. So, yeah, that was a bright spot for us. I think we really need those kids. We need them to get going. We need Nicole, Morgan, Cass, Walker off the bench every time, and Carly too. I thought Carly definitely played. She defended well. She had good minutes, though she didn't score besides I think a free throw. But I think all those kids we need all of them. So they're improving, and you can see those improvements, and they play hard, and that's really what matters.
Yep, and I know it wasn't a win, but just did it just feel good to maybe be put in some situations where like, hey, let's try going for the tie here just after how the past.
Yeah, it's really one of the first games maybe that it's been really that at the end of the game, and just knowing who we have in the game, and of course Grace had fouled out by then, so who we're going to go to, and overall, the best thing for our players right now is getting experience. And the only way you become an experienced player is to get experience. And that is what is happening right now. So you're putting kids on the floor in an end-of-game situation and running an advancement play. And these kids have never done it before. And for the most part, there might be one that has witnessed it from the bench. But if you're talking about putting 5 kids in the situation where you're asking them to execute a late-game play or get stops late game when they're down 3 or 4 and it really matters, and it's the first time in their lives they've done it on a collegiate game. And so it's experience. It's what we're getting from it. I think we're seeing steps being taken. And I know that's not coming through in the win column, but from what we see in practice and from what we're seeing in games, we are taking steps.
Mm-hmm. And then how do you think this experience today will help the team going into Summit League play where these games are going to be tied every night?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be a battle every night in the Summit League for us. And so I think it's great. We're going to find ourselves in a lot more of these situations. So the best way to get comfortable with them is to get into them right now. So we've got to continue to put in extra time. We've got to be shooting the ball better than what we are. I thought we had good open looks against the zone. Not sure our passes were quite on point, but for the most part, I was really happy about a lot of the looks that we got. So our ability to knock it down when it really matters is really important, and we've got to get that experience in us too when the bright lights are shining, and then be able to get stops when it really matters. All of it, it's just good. It's all overall non-conference season. We've been exposed to a lot of different styles and different players and matchups, and certainly our lineup has shaken up quite a bit due to the adversity we've had. And we've had a lot of kids have had to fill in holes and step up and take new roles. And overall, I think we've gotten good experience from it. We just have to continue to build off of it.
And then just maybe one area where you'd like to see your team improve leading into the first conference game.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of areas. Like I think I talked about, I think right now, I think we got to get back to just being ourselves and our confident shooting selves. I think you saw it early in the year, and now the last few games just haven't quite found that, especially being back at home. So we're certainly capable of it. I think we put them in situations where we can simulate that as best as possible, but nothing compares to the bright lights and the game time and having that jersey on and making it when it really matters. So I think that's the area that I want us to get back to being confident again and having players step up and make them early in the game and just really have everybody else settle in and then join in and make them too. We're capable of it. I know it's in us, and we just have to continue to work to bring that out.